Well, it looks like the predictions were right on point with the chat room goons, because on the 5150 show Tuesday night, Corey had the time to respond to everybody who had something to say about him over the last few weeks. Corey has now found himself in a war with the Backdooria community after his comments on Will Smith, as well as his back and forth with comedy hype creator John Abba. He started by responding to Joe Budden in his take on Corey's claim that Will Smith is gay, and says he wishes he would have never said a name in the first place, but now that he did, he has to stand on it, while also letting it be known it's not really a beef there with him and Joe Budden. As a matter of fact, he says he's willing to debate the JBP about that topic. He laughed off the Terrence Howard situation due to Terrence posting a video saying he is ready for a duel with whoever wants to talk down on his name, but Corey still maintains his points he made regarding that topic. He then set his sights on Godfrey, who he now has major issues with after his co-host Akeem Woods has some things to say about Corey's obsession with the LGBTQ community being a straight man. He refused to address Godfrey by his name, but instead called him by his character from the movie Soul Plane, which was Gaiman, and claims Godfrey has had a problem with Corey ever since their phone call live on the 5150 show, where Corey tried to call out Godfrey for his opinion on the Donnell situation at the Laugh Factory. This is what Corey had to say about them right here.
Nation has declared war on me, man.
Oh, no. Geez.
Backdooria Nation has declared war on me, but they never claim Backdooria.
Right.
This is not fair. There's too many men who are suspect after me in my career now. Now, I'm going to say there was a debate that I would like to talk about with Joe Buttons and them guys. Like Joe Budden's, he mentioned about that Cam Newton thing when I was on Cam Newton, and I said, or I alluded to Will Smith on the Backdooria side of the game.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I wish I wouldn't have said no name, but I said it and I gotta stand on it.
That's the perfect word after you say Backdooria.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah, but yo, man, this thing, man, it's like, I don't like necessarily being at war with so many people, because it's too many people, if you ask me. But I know what I stand for is going to bring drama.
Yeah. But is it war, or is it just people?
Well, I don't think it's war with Joe Budden's them yet. I hope it doesn't. I would like to, like Terrence Howard, I saw him say this word on he was talking about the people who talking crazy about him. I don't think Terrence Howard knew how many people was going to be talking crazy about him when he said stuff on the internet. Right. And Terrence Howard said, I would like to have a duel with you.
What did Joe Budden
do? Ain't that an old school word? Yeah. We can have a duel. We can use bottles, guns, whatever.
What did Joe Budden, that's all he said?
No, Joe Budden feels like I was telling when I mentioned Will Smith on the Backdooria side of the game.
Like telling his business?
But
like he said, that's snitching.
But it's just your
business. And so look, no, just let me say this, because I really would love to debate that crew over there about this. And Craig, you and Darlene might not even agree with me, but I want to say this. If a man gets penetrated by a man or is penetrated by a man and I say something about that business, I don't feel like that's snitching. Any perverted acts that go on in the community, I feel like, once that is put out there as...
Chat's down.
Well, see, I can't say facts. Because it would be snitching if I was to say, this is how I know.
Or that you were there, or exactly, that you specifically.
That would be snitching. But when I live out here on this West Coast, and we know how it really go. I mean, like, these people who be around those people, there are associates in a way. Like,
yeah,
we have females that speak business that's not just one woman saying it. There's barbers that speak business. There's people in the barbershop that speak business. There are people that we know personally that know people. I'm saying out here in the Hollywood realm, the Hollywood guys that I know, I see who they are, and I will admit there is envy because I know I don't fit in around them. I will be the outsider around them.
They don't fit in. They getting fitted in.
How about that?
But here, can I say something?
Pushed in big time homes.
But here's the problem. Here's where it sucks, right?
They say my hat came with a switchblade. Go
we
ahead.
all move here to try to make it. Some of us already were here. We were fooled to believe by America, our parents, our corrupt system that if you work hard and you are talented, that you have a shot at making it. And I think that normal heterosexual men have a right to be publicly outraged if you have to be that way to make it. That is not fair. That is not good business. That is not just. If you have to be gay or get it in the booty or whatever you call it to go to another level, why is it not publicly stated? It should be publicly stated. We should know this for a fact. You shouldn't have millions and thousands of people here moving here in droves who think if I do it this way, this is how it's going to work. It's not right. It's like it's secrecy. And when people operate in secrecy, it's to maintain control of something that is corrupted. I have a right to speak on anything that is corrupted by unjust, and I won't even say ungodly because I don't know what everybody believes in. But if that's the factor, just say it. Don't say a motherfucker ain't talented enough. Don't say a motherfucker ain't got what it takes, or we having this audition process with all these people and we gonna take the best person. Just say you taking who's if that's what it is.
Do I have to be at war with you to ask you, have you ever been penetrated or penetrated a man in any way? Do I have to be at war with you to ask that? Well, because I want to ask the brother Joe Budden's that. I want to ask a lot of people that, because we're getting to the point in society, we can't keep hiding this. There's a lot of people who would have no idea about Joe Budden's that way. There's a lot of people who have no idea about Mr. Gaiman that way. Mr. Gaiman is somebody whose name I don't want to say because I've known them since I started comedy, but Mr. Gaiman has it in for me because one day we had a phone call and he holds a grudge. Everybody who don't remember who Mr. Gaiman is, all I'm saying, this is the guy who brought me to stage the first time I went on stage. Mr. Gaiman. I call him Mr. Gaiman because his major movie role that he got, his name was Mr. Gaiman. And I don't want to say his name because I'm really disappointed in him because this past whatever show he had a real Backdooria dude and they was all over me. I mean, they were talking about me bad. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm glad it came out because I think the time when we had a talk on the phone on the show, it got to him because I think he got caught in a lie on that phone conversation. So from now on, he's Mr. Gaiman. And, you know, he's been a person I've had up here on the show and everything. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to say your name no more because I believe you have venom and I don't think that's fair because I called you and you said everything was cool. But then next thing I know, on your little podcast, you know, the homie Dante kept it 100 though. He kept it 100. But Mr. Gaiman and the gay man, it was Mr. Gaiman and a gay man. They was talking about me on their show. Everybody knows who I'm talking about. They're saying it in the
Everybody knows. Yeah. It's like I'm a movie star.
Right. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but he's not Joe Budden. Joe Budden's, I would love to debate him and his crew because they said something that I thought was a good topic to talk about. They said being gay is not a crime. What Puffy did was a crime. And I don't know if people even know this who are outside of the United States. There are places in this country where they don't allow all that man-on-man nesty plunging. You can't take the nesty plunge in all countries. You know what I'm saying? This is America where they want the chaos and they want the hotel towels to be ruined. Craig, let me ask you something. Do you think me and you can have an honest conversation if you sleep with men and don't tell me, and we're having a conversation?
No, because
So that's why it bothers me, because I need to know this, that I'm talking to a man who wants backdooria action, whether it's with me or my homie right here with the good hair. You know what I'm saying? I need to know this when we having a conversation. It's not fair, because it's not a fair conversation if I don't know this about you. So I would say, once again, to Mr. Buttons, Mr. Gayman, and a lot of you guys who are after me, you know what I'm saying? You have to be honest with me about who you are. You can't have a conversation with me if you're not telling me the truth about who you are. And why does that have to always lead to you talking around it or acting like something, like I'm ignorant or something like that? Just let me know who I'm talking to. If a man walked up to me and asked me, have you ever been penetrated by a man, Corey, or penetrated by a man? I say, hell no.
So what do y'all think about what Corey had to say about Joe Budden, Terrence Howard, and Godfrey? Let me know in the comment section below. Leave a like and subscribe to the GMS show. I'll see y'all later.